Greetings, geeks and nerds. I'm Lady Universe and I'm White Nerdy, and it's time for another Lady Universe review of another comic book adaptation series, and one that I, surprisingly enough, had talked about at least like 3, 4 months ago, which is surprising. I know I said I'd wait until next year to talk about it, but I figured, why the hell not? Because this series is damn good and it is worth talking about, especially for the 9 or 10 seasons that it has existed. So I'm, of course, jumping right back into The Flash TV series. This is season 2 of The Flash. Why don't. So, this is going to be my review, retrospective overview, just upon Flash season 2. Basically, not going over every single episode or every single character again, but only talking about like everything that's new, what happened in season 1, continuing over, and basically just season 2 as a total. If you're looking for a season 1 review, I done that 3 or 4 months ago, then I will pin where you can see and go and find that review. I also did a review on the 90s Flash series if that interests you as well. So, this is going to be just my whole entire retrospective overview review upon the CW Flash Season 2 series. So again, this will be my review, retrospective, overview, whatever that you want to call it, upon the Flash Season 2, so just to warn people that there might be some spoilers happening in this review. So if you haven't seen Flash Season 2 yet, I recommend that you do, and just to warn people yet again that there might be some spoilers in this review, so tune out if you haven't seen Season 2 of The Flash already. Lazy Universe is an idiot, doop-de-doop-de-doop. Yeah, that's what he is. I actually had a friend of one of my neighbors actually take me to my pharmacy outside of town, it was going to open late that day, so what can you do? So she decided to basically let me look around in a big lot outside of where I live. And I happened to pick this up first. I didn't see season 1 first, I watched season 2 first. And to a lot of my friends that would be watching this series, I told them, it is so damn good. Like, why I skipped over this series, I can never tell you, but it is so damn good. Why? It's just like Umbrella Academy. It's like, why haven't you people kept bringing this up to me? So, season 2 is a continuation of season 1. Well, no duh. But it also includes a Flash villain, but not a Wally West one. But not a Barry Allen one. It's a Wally West one. I'll come back to this in just a bit here. And again, if nobody had seen my season 1 review, which you totally should have, then you would know everything that's happened. But basically, to sum it up pretty quickly, Barry Allen became the Flash after being struck by lightning and doused in various chemicals, and thus he became the superhero of Keystone City and ready to save the world. Although, unfortunately, and basically pretty nefariously, while he is the hero of Central City, not Keystone City, he accidentally causes the end of the world, the multiverse crashes in on itself, that whole thing. So, our disaster making pal Barry Allen not only had to basically save the world, but he had to try to end the multiverse or apocalypse as he knows it. After saving Central City, the Flash breaks up his entire gang. Nobody is helping him, he's the only one that is left to save Central City from any danger. Like as we saw, the multiverse was encroaching upon itself, so it was up to the might and right of Ronald and also Dr. Stein in order to basically save the day, truthfully. Knowing that either one of them, or the both of them would die, Professor Stein and Ronnie would take off into the sky to basically save the world and end the multiverse invasion. But while Firestorm is strong, it separates right at the eye, right in the core. But unfortunately, only one was saved, the one being Professor Stein. Damn it, Barry! Can't you do anything right? Can't you? Just damn it, Barry. Of course, that's probably where the phrase mostly came from. If you were a fan of the series, everybody would scream, "Damn it, Barry!" whenever Barry Allen would do something wrong. But Ronald sacrificing himself actually was made for the greater good. Yeah, he wasn't necessarily a main character in season 1, mostly showing up halfway through, But his sacrifice made all the more different if you know the character of Ronald Raymond, the second half of Firestorm. Now, in case you're wondering if Firestorm never makes a cameo again, don't you be surprised, or don't you be shocked, because he actually does, in the form of Jefferson Jackson. So, if you know DC's Legend of Tomorrow, you know that this is a series where Jeff or Jax had basically first appeared. So now we have to. So now the thing is with the multiverse is that you have different characters from two worlds turning up. What's weirder is that they're evil versions of the JSA members, which is all the more even weirder when you just fight the fact that the JSA is a member of superheroes. This I actually like because I'm a big fan of the JSA, so seeing characters like Adam Smasher and everything else basically come into this play is a good point. Which all the more is made more so at the end of episode 1 and all the more throughout the series is that they think that they found Jay Garrick. Well, the first and original Flash. But did they officially find Jay Garrick? Which at the end of the episode, we got to meet the actual man himself, Jay Garrick. But not officially the main Jay Garrick. Yet, Jay Garrick showed the right the hell up out of nowhere and surprised the entire gang, telling them who is officially after them and who is their main enemy of the season 2. For it being the character known only in the Flash universe, known as Zoom, makes its grand appearance and grand cameo throughout this entire season of season 2. With this choice was creative and it was fortunately unseen, with Barry Allen having to face off against a villain that would not appear until Wally West became the Flash. Now this series does introduce Wally West, played by the amazing, I'm hoping I'm not butchering his name, Keenan Lyondale, who does an amazing job with the character. And yes, he is the Black Wally West that a lot of people just hate for some fucked up reason. But he actually does a great job and it's a great performance. And they even key in that yes, he would gain super speed by something that he ends up actually liking doing. Something I thought was a pretty interesting twist. There is also another twist that they do with the entire family of the West family, but I'm not getting into that here because this series is too damn good to spoil for you guys. But I do have to say that I really do like that they chosen a Wally West villain to be Barry's villain, Zoom. So, in case nobody knows, Zoom is a villain of Wally West. He is actually obsessed with the Speed Force, he's obsessed with getting faster and faster, and he's obsessed with stealing the Speed Force from other said characters, just like Max Mercury, Jay Garrick, and other characters. But he mostly had his face-off time against Wally West. The inclusion of Zoom in this series made me tilt my head a little bit, like a puppy style, but then again, I was willing to see how the series goes for it, and I have to give the actor Teddy, I can't think of his last name, credit. He does an amazing job at playing Jay Garrick, but then transforming into the villainous enemy such as Zoom later on in the series. It was something I've noticed, but I didn't want to say anything at first, but then he later on basically becoming that said character. But speaking of Jay Garrick, I have to say it was awesome. Awesome as hell to see John Wesley Shipp come back. But not in the role as Barry's father, no. Coming back as a Flash. As it was so awesome to see John Wesley Shipp back in his role, but not as Barry's father, but as Jay Garrick, which was definitely worth it for the original Flash actor. And seeing John don the costume that made Jay Garrick had made me so happy and screaming cheer at my TV.
It suits you.
Thank you. All of you for saving me from Zoom.
This moment is just as awesome as watching Power Ranger Dino Thunder as a young kid and seeing Tommy return again as a Power Ranger. That only matches up to this famous moment. but respect to John Wesley Shipp for slapping that Flash suit on and giving me one hell of a great smile across my face when he did. And yes, it only is Matt to the legendary Jason David Frank returning as a Power Ranger in Power Ranger Den of Thunder. It's not better than that moment, but it comes close to that moment. But I have to say that I'm surprised that actually that they introduced other multiverses in this episode, in this season or series just in general, but this season specifically, especially how they introduced the evil alternate versions of people thing, and I gotta say it was pretty creative, except for one that made me kind of roll my eyes just a tad bit in the series. And that is the decision of turning Caitlin Kate Snow into Killer Frost. This idea made me roll my eyes so goddamn hard. I just don't understand it. Is it because her last name is Snow and they're deciding to be funny? This idea just confuses me. What? Don't look at me like that. You know that you were either going to expect an Ice Queen reference from Adventure Time or you were going to get a Frozen reference. You knew it was coming. I have to say that decision kind of makes me go, they're fucking serious. And Caitlin Snow never became Killer Frost. That's Louise Lincoln. As it stated in her origin that she ended up being screwed over by Firestorm, and that is why that she had such a rage against him. She had nothing to do with the relationship with Firestorm. Not at all. Not a one. So, imagine me, a Firestorm fan, being upset seeing Dr. Caitlin Kate Snow turned into Killer Frost just because she's a cold-hearted bitch that they ended up basically determining in this series. I know it's not much to think about, but you gotta give me something, CW Flash. You gotta give me something here. But I have to say that it's not my favorite moment in this, aside from the Jay Garrett Flash and the awesome inclusion on, including Zoom into the series, who is a person that basically kills Speed so he can inherit their powers. Or basically steal the Speed Force from them. No. The best thing that happened in Season 2, aside from all the cameos that they've had, is one episode in particular, directed by the great Kevin Smith. And this episode is by far my favorite. Now, while I'm not going to spoil it for you, I'm just going to talk about the awesome ideas that the writing team and Kevin Smith decided to do for this episode. Because when Barry Allen gets the Speed Force ripped from him, he tries to gain it back. And unfortunately, it looks like that it killed him. Except it didn't, it just trapped him in the Speed Force. I love the fact that they gave the Speed Force a physical body. A body meant for Barry Allen to interact with as it takes the shape and form of his friends and family. At the final form, the Speed Force chooses is Barry's own mother, promising him that he can have what he wants as long as he stays in the Speed Force.
My beautiful boy. You have to find a way.
This was a beautifully captured moment and really made me realize what the Flash truly stood for. Not for himself, but for his family. The fateful day or night that Nora Allen unfortunately died is the moment where the Flash was truly born, as Barry had sworn that nothing like this would happen to anyone else. So this moment makes it even more special, as the symbol of the Flash is not really his speed, it's not the lightning bolt, it's Nora Allen. Something that I believe that Kevin Smith incorporated very, very well. And that, yes, this idea really does work, as Batman's symbol is not that of a bat. It had nothing to do with the bat. It's the symbol of his family. Superman's symbol is the symbol of his people. Wonder Woman's symbol is the symbol of peace. Every single superhero symbol represents something more important than what we believe. And Kevin Smith and the team deciding that Barry Allen's own lightning symbol is the embodiment of Nora Allen really brings tears to your eyes, as it really shows you that Barry included this idea, or he must have included this idea, especially long before he ever donned the costume, that Nora Allen needed a symbol, and a symbol as a lightning bolt, something that's bright and can represent any person out there in the world, really makes this moment a shining star, in my opinion. This is my recommendation. Go and watch this episode right now, wherever that you can find it, because it's well worth a watch. In my honest opinion, The Flash Season 2 is a lot better than its original counterpart, but I think that's made all the more better with the team behind it. As anyone, and I do mean anyone, can watch this series without watching the first and know what complete will happen, as this series is nothing short of simply amazing. The Flash Season 2 is definitely the high mark and the high mark of this series, in my opinion. And actually, yeah, I like Season 2 a lot more than Season 1. Specifically story-wise, there was a lot more better episodes in Season 2 than there was in Season 1. But that basically says virtually nothing. That's like saying that the first season of Power Rangers is even better than the second season, which almost has nothing really to compare and contrast to. I do have to say that for the most part, it mostly is the writing crew that, in my opinion, for a lot of the episodes of season 2, gotten better, and specifically with the episode The Runaway Dinosaur, and especially that phenomenal ending was really worth it. As The Runaway Dinosaur would really took the cake as my favorite episode, specifically for what it did, and what the symbolism behind everything was really brought to light. So, if you have any recommendations, I would really recommend you might want to skip over season 1 of The Flash, because you don't have to see season 1 to enjoy season 2, as they catch you up just within the entirety of season 2. So if you miss out on anything, don't worry, they will bring it back into light. So go slap on your Scarlet Speedster, draw a lightning bolt symbol upon your chest, and join the Speed Force, because The Flash season 2 it had definitely gotten my seal of approval, and it's definitely a series that you should check out. The fuck was with the Christmas thing? Anyways, I do seriously recommend checking out Flash Season 2, especially if you can. It is phenomenal and nothing short of amazing. So give it a worthy watch, especially if you can find it. Anyways, I've been Lazy Universe. I've been here to keep economy. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that bell icon so you never miss a video, and do everything else in between if you want to support this channel in the best of ways. If you ever want to see what I'm talking about or working on behind the scenes, be sure to follow me at Twitter with the link in the description down below. But anyways, I've been Lazy Universe, I've been here to keep eking on, and until next time guys, and as always, take care, and keep eking on.